dressed to impress at the recent state visit between the Netherlands and Spain. And did we even have a worse dress person this week? Yes, we did. And it's probably the most expensive outfit on the list in terms of just simple clothing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Royal Fashion News. My name is Brittany, and today we are going over some of the best and worst looks of the week. Now, I usually try to keep this to just 10 and try to find some 10 bests, 10 quote unquote worst, but I didn't really come to that this week. So I definitely have a couple that I think are on the worst list, but a lot that I did like this week. We go over all the royal ladies. Yes, Catherine is currently recovering from cancer, but we have so many other amazing royal women out there with some incredible, incredible fashion looks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And we shall start off with one of my favorite royal ladies to follow, which is Beatrice Borromeo. So she is the daughter-in-law of Princess Caroline of Monaco. So her husband's grandmother is Grace Kelly, and his grandfather is Prince Rainier of Monaco. His uncle is Prince Albert of Monaco. So this is him right here, Pierre Cazzaraghi. And this is his wife, Beatrice Borromeo. She is an Italian aristocrat, and she has a brand deal with Dior. And I always feel like her and Dior, chef's kiss, is sort of a match made in heaven because she really, really does look fabulous in their looks. And here's one. It looks like it was customized for her, but I gotta say, what I love about this look is the color. It really does look absolutely fabulous with her blonde hair. And I like the gingham pants that she has on. I think this look is really, really great. They were watching apparently the Masters in Monaco. So they were at the country club. She was there actually with Prince Albert and his wife, Princess Charlene. But I just love any of the Dior looks they put on her. It really is one of the better brand collaborations because the one between Charlotte Cazzaraghi and Chanel always leaves me scratching my head. And the best part of this look that we can't totally see here is her Lady Dior bag in the same color. I love this. I would love to actually see the full look. It looks like we can also see a little bit of her tummy there. So it looks like the shirt that she's sort of wearing is riding up a bit. But I just think the Lady Dior bag is just such an awesome little detail there. I love that it matches. I would love to actually see that Lady Dior bag, see them sell it. I looked on their website. They don't have that particular color. So it might be something that you may come across in store, or it may be something just made for her. But I love that color. I think that color is absolutely fantastic. So I am really, really loving this look from Beatrice. And yes, in case anybody was wondering, this outfit is head to toe Dior. Her earrings are Dior. Her outfit is Dior. Her bag is Dior. It is all Dior. And I have to say, I'm a little bit jealous because I love Dior's clothing. I think I love their clothing so much more than Chanel. And one of our ladies from this week who can definitely be often sometimes more in the miss category than the hit category is Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden. I really love this light blue suit. It is from Zara, so it is very cost effective. And she's wearing little booties with it, which I'm not totally liking. She tends to wear booties a lot. I just don't particularly like the look of booties 9/10 of the time. But I think the color here is lovely. And I think it's really, really flattering on her. I also like that it's fitted to her and not really the boxy suits we've been seeing a lot on the royal ladies recently. It's fit for a woman. It looks good because boxy suits just look terrible on women, in my opinion. Women need a suit cut for them. This is what this is. Now, it's obviously, again, a very affordable suit from Zara, and I just think Victoria looks amazing in it. And one of my not so favorite looks of the week would have to go to Queen Letizia of Spain. And so this was the first day of their 3-day, although I would technically really only call it 2-day tour of the Netherlands. So this was an evening reception in the Netherlands before they met with the King and Queen of the Netherlands. And she is wearing this silky skirt, which is not bad. The top isn't bad either. I just don't really like them together. And I really hate the belt. I just really, really hate the belt. She actually did wear a very similarly styled belt for the state reception. And from what I could see, I didn't really like that either, but I just really don't like this here. I don't think this look is particularly great. So you can debate me on this. I think I like the top, I like the skirt, but I think the belt really does ruin this for me. I think I would like the skirt with a different top, the top with a different skirt. And so this look overall, I would have to give it a bit of a thumbs down. Although I will say always Letizia is always an incredible shape. And you'll notice that she is wearing more kitten heels, which we'll see more later. And that is because she is having issues with her feet. And so it's harder for her to stand in heels or to stand for a long period of time. And so, for those wondering, Queen Letizia is wearing a Hugo Boss skirt, a Bottega Veneta clutch, and a Carolina Herrera slingback pumps. One of my favorite looks this week, I would have to give it to Queen Mathilde of the Belgians. I love this white dress she's wearing here. I think this white dress is so flattering, looks so great on her. She turned 50, I think it was last year. And so she has had 4 kids. I think she looks incredible. And I really do think this dress is very flattering, very age appropriate, and I think looks particularly lovely. It's subtle. The white really, I think, pops against her skin. So I think this dress, I would have to say, is one of my favorites of the week. She really, really knocked it out of the park. 'Cause sometimes for her stuff, it's hit and miss for me, but I think this is definitely an absolute hit. I think she looked absolutely incredible. And her dress is from Dries Van Noten. All right, so next I will say on the best dress list, I have to give it, this one will be sort of a double whammy. So it'll be Queen Letizia and Queen Maxima, because I think they both look pretty fabulous here. Maxima initially wore this outfit to her visit for the UK, her state visit back in 2018. I think she's worn it to another state visit since then. So this is kind of her go-to state visit outfit. And I can't totally blame her. It is lovely. It's very, very royal, you could say. And her outfit is by Clives Anderson, her Gianvito Rossi pumps, and her Stealthman jewelry earrings. And I love those earrings. They're honestly one of my favorite. I would love to be able to afford one of those. And Queen Letizia is wearing a Carolina Herrera coat, which we will see in a second, a Carolina Herrera dress, Olivia Marquet clutch, and Margaret shoes. And so I think she looks amazing as well. But you really get the full effect with the coat. I love the bright pink coat with the red dress, and then you got pink shoes and a pink clutch. I think it all works really, really well together. I remember seeing that Carolina Herrera coat because I think Letizia wore it for the first time during her visit to Germany. I think it's a fantastic coat. I love the richness of the color, and I just think Maxima's look in particular is just really, really lovely. I just think it's absolutely amazing. So next look I'm going to talk about is Princess Catharina-Amalia. And my criticism of this look is not really the look entirely. It's the fact that she never took the jacket off. Because without taking the jacket off, we really can't get the full effect of the look. It is apparently a Beaumont Amsterdam coat, so she's very much representing her country there. A Phase 8 dress, Stuart Weitzman heels, and a Marina Raphael bag. And so I think the dress is probably really pretty. I think the color would look amazing on her. It's just unfortunate that we really didn't get to see it. And honestly, too, a coat like that, much like I said with the Duchess of Edinburgh last week, it sort of is a too relaxed look, you could say. And so it tends to look a little bit sloppy. I would have much preferred her to actually take off the coat. And I know maybe it's a bit of self-consciousness or something, but I think she would have been better off perhaps taking the coat off. I think she is absolutely lovely. And we got to give her mad props because she did do an excellent curtsy to His Majesty the King. I just love it when they curtsy. And also shout out to Maxima's look. It's one of my favorite designers for her made this particular look. And yes, it's a little over the top, but so is Maxima. And so she pulls those things off really well. You can kind of be over the top if you are over the top. I think it kind of plays better. And Maxima just has a little bit of that flair in spades. And for one of the better looks of the week as well, I got to give it to Queen Letizia again with this very architectural number that she is wearing. There's a part of me that thinks it's somewhat too much. There's a part of me that thinks it's somewhat too much. But at the same time, I think she looks amazing. So she is wearing a bench all navy dress, which I think was custom made for her, and her Carolina Herrera navy slingback pumps. So the architectural look of this look is pretty amazing. And I think Letizia pulls it off really well because she is sort of very petite. She's rather tall. She's taller than you might think she is. Her husband is very, very tall. He's 6'5". And so she's, I've heard, about 5'7" ish. So she has this very stacked shoe-esque appearance. It could definitely overwhelm her, but it really doesn't. And again, here you see the height difference between the two. And she's wearing pretty much kitten heels at this point. And there's actually a strap here that you might not be able to see on the shoulder where she has the draping. And so I think she pulled this off really well. It's almost feels like maybe a touch over the top, but again, I think it still works. So she looks amazing. Now, maybe I should have done it in the different order because I have two looks from the same person towards the end, towards my worst list. But the first one I have to give it to, obviously, is Grand Duchess Maria Teresa here. She is wearing, looks like a strapless black number with an overlay of pink. Now, this particular look, I feel like is something I would have seen on a Barbie in the 1980s or 1990s. It's not particularly flattering. I don't think it works really well with her figure. Obviously, she's a lot shorter than Queen Matilda, quite a bit shorter. And her jewelry here is lovely, but I don't think it goes together very well. I think there was somewhat could have worked a bit better here. And this is to the state banquet. So she's wearing Prada pumps. We don't know who made the shawl or the dress. Luxembourg aquamarine Peru, which is the jewelry there that she's wearing, the necklace and earrings and bracelets. And she's also wearing the Belgian scroll tiara. And again, this just reminds me of a Barbie. It honestly looks kind of cheap, especially the shawl just looks really, really cheap. It probably wasn't, to be honest, but that's sort of the effect you get. I feel like you could have done something much better. Obviously, I think Beatrice, I imagine, is a fair amount older than Queen Matilda. And Queen Matilda, I think, has a lovely, appropriate dress for a woman of her age. And so it covers her arms and everything. I think she looks absolutely lovely. If she wanted to do something like that, she could. I just don't think Maria Teresa's look here really goes together. Sort of the color of the sash here, the color of the order she has, I feel like kind of clashes with the pink in the dress. And she would have known what color order that she had. She would have known the royal order she would wear. And then the blue clashes with the pink. Like none of this goes together. It really does not go together at all. Maybe even her dress is navy. I think it's black, but it might be navy. Again, not a great or well thought through look. Here's a Maria Teresa with her husband as well, Grand Duke Henri. And again, it's just her jewelry's lovely, but again, none of this seems to go together. None of it seems to go together. I think she would have been much better suited having a color of blue, perhaps, and maybe like a cape or something similar, maybe to what Princess Catharina-Amalia wore to the state visit recently. I just think this feels very, very dated, not in a good way. The shawl looks a little bit, it's got puckering. It's looking kind of weird. Looks like somebody threw it together on a sewing machine. It's just not a great look. So I'm going to have to give her definitely one of the worst looks of the week. And unfortunately, when it comes to the crown of the worst look of the week, I will also have to give it to Maria Teresa for this particular Oscar de la Renta dress. I hate to say it, but I think she's a little bit too old to wear that dress. I hate to say it. It's just feels like for somebody a lot younger, maybe a little thinner too, I think would look better. She is 68 years old. So yeah, I would say I think she's probably a little too old for this dress. And I know some people may not particularly like that, but I think there is something to be said where after you turn a certain age, as it's not everything, but oftentimes it's sort of good to start maybe dressing a little bit more in your age bracket. Doesn't mean you have to go full force in one particular direction, but I think there's a time and a place for particular looks. And the older you get, sometimes you just have to begin retiring certain things. And yes, certain models can pull off things into their 60s and 70s, but I think for most of us, I think it's better just to sort of dress within your age range. I think it looks particularly bad when she's sitting, to be quite honest, as well. The dress might have worked better. I don't know. I think it would have worked better if she had maybe short sleeves to it or something, maybe added something interesting around the waist. I think that would have looked a little better. And also, just FYI, this dress apparently cost $20,000. Yes, $20,000 for a dress that I would say does not necessarily fit her well and not really appropriate. I don't know when she'll wear this dress again. She does have this sort of interesting habit of apparently kind of bumming her dresses off to her daughter-in-law and daughter. It's sort of an interesting thing. She's sort of considered Meghan Markle of Luxembourg. She has been known to be not so pleasant to staff. There was actually a whole investigation going on, or might be still going on, into the behavior of Maria Teresa. So this doesn't necessarily surprise me. I can see some echoes of Meghan Markle here. So I would have to say, though, especially given the outrageousness of the price of this dress, I'm going to have to go with no. I don't think it's a great look. And in fact, I would have to say, especially with the price, 5 figures for this dress, I have to put it on the worst dress of the week. Now, to crown our best dress of the week, who is in fact actually also wearing a pretty darn impressive tiara, and that is Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. She wins hand down best dress look this week for this blue number from one of her favorite designers and one of my favorite designers for her, because some of my absolute favorite royal dresses ever have been his designs. And his name is Jan Tamanu. Tamanau? I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but his first name is Jan. And I love this look, especially because she has done such a great, amazing job placing the stomacher right here. She placed it perfectly with the dress. It perfectly works with the dress. You can actually see how the lines of this right here almost perfectly contour to the lines of the dress. It is amazing. The placement here is perfect. It's part of one of the Dutch's most impressive pieces of jewelry. It's sort of their house diamonds, one of their most famous pieces of collection. It's been around for a long time. You can see the beauty here in this, but paired with this dress, it looks almost perfect. I love the blue color, especially because the blue in this color, of course, is made to complement the blue in the diamond on top of the tiara. Yes, that is a blue diamond up on top of that tiara, a light blue diamond that is 39.75 carats. If you're not familiar with the Stuart diamond, I've done plenty of videos on it, plenty of videos on the Stuart tiara, because I think this tiara is absolutely amazing and incredible. But the history of this diamond here is very amazing because it was first cut in the 1600s. So the diamond itself is 400 years old. In terms of how long we've actually known about it, there's been lawsuits over it, everything. I love that diamond. I love that Maxima busted out that diamond yet again. This is only the second time she's worn the full Stuart. This is actually a very versatile tiara. She can take elements off, put elements on. And so this makes it very interchangeable based on her needs, how high she needs to make it. This is the full version. And I remember when I saw initial pictures coming through the wire, I was like looking and going, I think that's a Stuart. I think that's a Stuart, but I can't see because the pictures were too blurry. And what I love too for that particular tiara is that we can finally really see the blue in it. So, because before with the Brits, the way they do things, you just can't see it very well. And this tiara obviously really deserves to be shown in video. And I know some of you have seen some of this before, but don't you just love to watch tiara sparkle? So here is her dress. You can see a little bit of the train there at the bottom. We have the other royal ladies there too. And you can't really see the blue in the tiara yet. But here we can see the full dress. So you get a great idea of it. I think it has, again, a great look to it. I love, again, oh, so much. The draping is lovely. It's a lovely design. I would have loved to have gotten a full view of Queen Letizia's, but because she's having a really hard time standing for long periods of time, it was hard for her. And so she tends to sit. So it's just hard to really get a full appreciation of her dress. Otherwise, I might have given it to her, but I just couldn't totally see the dress. Do love the color though. Do love the color though. And so let's see the video of Maxima in the tiara. And wait. Oh, there's a blue. There's a blue. And so again, I love that she paired this particular tiara with the blue of the dress. Ah, there it is. There's Queen Letizia as well again. And then we go back here once more, and you can see again the blue and the sparkle here. And I do want to point out, because I know this has been existing for a while, although I don't see it as much anymore. So maybe it just isn't there quite as often. But I will say a lot of people have said that Meghan Markle's wedding tiara was a fake version of the Queen Mary's bandeau, because when the sun hit the tiara or the lights did, you got this rainbow effect from the jewels. Obviously, you can see as well, it exists in these tiaras too. So obviously, I don't think everybody is faking their jewels. So yes, these were real, and the one Meghan wore was definitely real. You can get the rainbow effect here too in Catharina-Amalia's. And this is what I was talking about with the cape for maybe Maria Teresa. I think that might have been a better version than what she originally did. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of my picks. Is there anyone I missed, or what were your favorite looks of the week? Hopefully we will be getting back to doing this every week. I plan to get these mostly out on Sunday, but I can't always guarantee that. So we are going to be working on it. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye.
We don't count the carats, we count the centuries.